Hi, I'm Dr. Duncan Pelley. I'm Director of International Programs. I'm an Associate Professor of Entrepreneurship and also a Department Head at the Johnson School of Business at McMurry University. And today we're going to talk about the study abroad options for the spring semester 2021 as well as summer 2021. Before I go into the meat and potatoes of my presentation, just want to tell you a little bit about the options, or excuse me, before I get to the meat and potatoes of my presentation, just want to tell you a little bit about the things we'll be discussing over the next 15 minutes or so. Our first option is a spring break in Italy. Then we'll talk about our study abroad options with Harlaxton College. We'll talk about our study abroad at EDC Paris. We'll also talk about spring break options with the Johnson School of Business. We'll look at summer abroad options with the University of North Florida. We'll look at some other options, and I'll discuss scholarships. So for study abroad in Italy, that is actually led by Kathy Walker-Millar, and I encourage you to get in touch with her if you'd like to know more. I do understand it's a program that is a spring break plus days before and after spring break, and you go all across Italy looking at Renaissance art and architecture and things of that nature. I've heard it's a really fun program, and if you're interested in it, you should feel free to contact Dr. Kathy Walker-Millar. We also have study abroad options with our partner, Harlaxton College. And this is a great program for a few reasons. The first is I call it study abroad light. Now, I know a lot of you have parents that are very concerned about you as their child going abroad because they think something bad is going to happen to you. Harlaxton College is a good program for nervous parents and possibly nervous students. And the reason is it is an extension of an American university. It is taught with mostly American faculty, and there's mostly American students there. It just happens to be in England. It's about an hour away by train from London, so it's far enough out in the countryside that it's pretty safe, but if you still want the big city action of London, you can hop on the train at Grantham Station and get to London in about an hour. This is a good program for students that are trying to get general ed requirements out of the way. So like let's say you're taking Psych 1 or Psychology 1 or some of these intro courses, you can take those at Harlaxton College. The only trick is you've got to see the department chair for those particular courses and make sure you get a course substitution approved before you go to Harlaxton College. Now their best option for you all as McMurry students are their summer 1 and 2 programs, which are basically summer school, but they also offer semester and year-long programs. They also offer a numerous variety of courses in arts and humanities. So if you're interested in theater or arts or any of those kinds of things, Harlaxton College is a really good fit for you. They also offer a pretty interesting internship program through Harlaxton College. So if you're having trouble getting an internship here in the States, or you'd like to do something a little different, these are some examples of internships that Harlaxton offers. You can work with local nonprofits, and that really goes hand in hand with McMurry's servant leadership orientation. If you are a kinesiology major and you'd like to work with some of the local sports teams and wellness venues, they offer options there, which is kind of neat because you're looking at sports teams that are they're going to be organized very differently than what we have here in the States. There's Harlaxton College, but there's also Harlaxton Manor, which is an event space. So if you'd like to do event planning, that has a huge implication for business and events management and all of that good stuff. So that's a good option for you. They'll also hook you up with local businesses in Harlaxton. And if you're healthcare oriented, they have connections with the National Health Service in England and other healthcare organizations. So there's some pretty good internship options available. About footing the bill for Harlaxton, we do offer limited financial support. So for the honors program, we'll offer 2 competitive scholarships at $2,500 each. And you don't have to be in the honors program to apply. You just have to have a GPA of 3.25 or above. We also offer Harlaxton scholarships. It's $5,000 for one student and $3,000 for another student, and that requires a cumulative GPA of 3.0 or above. So just go to the McMurry Study Abroad website for the application. Yes, you may use the same essay for both applications. That's no problem. And these scholarship funds are deposited directly into your student account, and then it's on you to pay for your lodging, the tuition at Harlaxton, which includes the lodging, as well as your flight and your transportation, your fun stuff over there. So that's basically like a grant that we just give you. Some really cool options for year and semester long at EDC Paris. That's our partner school. And what I really like about EDC Paris is it is a business school, so it's a little bit bigger than McMurry in terms of enrollment and in terms of faculty, but only business courses are offered. So there's a much broader array of things that are offered that you can take that we simply don't offer here at McMurry. Things like fashion design, luxury marketing. They have a lot of really neat sports management courses. So just a lot of stuff that you can't get here at McMurry. If you'd like to know more, I encourage you to visit EDC Paris's website and check out some of the course offerings and see if it's something that you'd like to do. And yes, the area around the campus really does look like that. It's positively breathtaking. And then we also offer some spring break options. Our current dean had been a dean at University of North Florida previously, and so we piggyback with their study abroad programs. It's just more advantageous for us all to go as a group. So UNF offers study abroad options in Austria and Czech Republic this spring. That's about March 10 to 20. And right now we're looking at some options for McMurry going to possibly France, like Paris, maybe Lyon, from about March 12th through 18th, and maybe Denmark as well, especially in Copenhagen. So I'm going to kind of gauge student interest and see what we can find there. But I think this will be a really neat option. Now, it's not just that you go for spring break and then you get like a course credit. There's coursework you have to do here in the States before you go, and there's coursework that you have to do after the course. So it is a legitimate full semester course, but the experiential piece is offered during spring break. So yes, there's actual work. It's not just spring break and having fun, although it will be fun. There's also summer abroad at University of North Florida, and some of the options include Argentina, Croatia, which is probably the option that has the greatest diversity in terms of courses. There's Denmark, Egypt, France, Germany, Greece, Hungary, Japan, Mexico, South Korea, Spain, and Uruguay. And courses are offered across a variety of disciplines. The summers, basically, if you play your cards right, you can get 1 or 2 courses out of the way. And at least I can speak for the Johnson School of Business. The dean and I really want to push study abroad. So we're pretty generous with the course substitutions. So, let's say something doesn't exactly fit in your course progression. We're willing to work with you to either make that as an elective or substitute it in for one of your major requirements, because we really think it's important for you to go abroad. Yes, you learn about a foreign country and a foreign culture, sure, but more importantly, you learn about yourself. So these are really great programs. Now, you're probably wondering, hey, how do I finance this? So we have what I call the reverse scholarship for the McMurry Study Abroad and for the UNF Study Abroad programs. In other words, you write the application essay, and then you pay $500 or you pay $1,000, and then we foot the airfare, we pay for your lodging, we pay the tuition, and we pay for any activities included in the program. You are responsible for your food while you're there, and you're responsible for any fun stuff you decide to do on the weekends. Again, the airfare by itself is a couple grand, and look, you're only paying $500 or $1,000. It's a really, really generous scholarship package, and I encourage you to take advantage of it. If you have any questions or comments or you'd like to know more, feel free to email me, pelly.duncan@mcm.edu, or come by my office in Cook 110. Take advantage of these study abroad scholarships. You can go more than once. You can do spring, you can do semester, you can do summers. You can go multiple times and still qualify for scholarships. So definitely take advantage of this while you're here. If you have any questions? I'm looking forward to speaking with you later.